A statement was made that a united home cannot be broken.
Yes.
And currently, a lot is happening in the eastern part of Nigeria. The Anambra State governor, in a global stage, was asked about Nnamdi Kanu, the current happenings around him, and he dodged the question. He said nothing concerning the death penalty that is about to be given to Nnamdi Kanu. This brings me to my question. Biafran evangelist, I thought they say a united home cannot be broken. What is happening with the Igbo leaders in the eastern part of Nigeria?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Depending your time zone, may the Lord bless you all. I remember my humble self, that one and the only Biafran evangelist. My brother, don't be surprised. And I am not surprised that Soludo is trying to dodge his head. Because he knows the flame that shall follow that talk. If we eventually, get involved into that matter. So it's just what he did as a wise guy, as a smart man that he claimed to be, is what exactly he's supposed to do, to be honest. Because Soludo have one way or the other trespassed. So he's looking for every means to amend his ways because he knew very well that Nigeria has actually messed up, and that is the people that he has been supporting, following. When they were demolishing and destroying Igbo people's property in Lagos, Igbos are complaining that Yorubas are reacting again. So we have to, they're using that as a point of, grievances to throw to the world. Then the Namban by Soludo, I mean Nigerian government, buy Soludo over. Then Soludo started putting eye on that on a shaman market. You remember that time he said we demolish it, he lock it down, they do the, that they must open, sit at home, they must stop it. Using that gra, thinking that they will use force to stop people, from sitting at home. But quite unfortunate that the way the thing is going now, he's seeing it that they are not winning. Instead of winning, they are losing. So he has to dodge his head. You see why he just debunk and deviate from that question, that interview, because you know what it will result. Because the question, anything he says there will be used against him tomorrow. And it can be played back against him or to him. So there's a statement that says, before harm is before one. Do you understand? So that's why he played that game. But let me tell you this. What is going on actually in the whole Southeast is something that annoying, and at the same time it is a game being played by Nigerian government. Before we have a eastern region, northern and the west, but after the war something happened, divide and rule system of government broke out, and that divide and rule only broke out only in the axis of the east, not in the west and not in the north, only in the east, because these people are the people looking for a way to leave the country. And before the war, in terms of population, we are more populated than every other part region in Nigeria. Forget whatsoever they are propagating, up and down on media. Before the war, when you talk of education, we are number one. Even up to date, we are still proving it. In terms of military and everything, we are number one. In terms of the strength and ability and the knowledge, we are number one. You see why today they are calling and begging the Biafrans to join Nigerian military, because they cannot do what it takes to handle these people. That is why they are begging the Biafrans to join us, because they know the strength of the Biafrans in Nigerian army, if they should. The very point. So after the war, like I was saying, in order to break the wings of the Igbos, the wings of their body, the wings of everything, because what is the meaning of our body? And what is that is in our body? In our body, something that was stated clearly was that everybody manage what you have in your own region, then and submit to the federal boss. Then development would have been everywhere. No part, no region would have been silent. No place would have been, been silent or put in a place of, a reputation of, undeveloped. But because the Aburi Accord was violated, that is why Nigeria is facing what they are facing today. That's why Nigeria is suffering what they are suffering today. That is why go to various villages, you will see very, very undeveloped. If you are visiting many places in Nigeria, you will know that many places are not being developed. It's only this few places like Lagos, even in the West here, how many places are developed? Go to North, how many places are developed? Although in Northern part, there are more than the West and than East too. So now, come to talk about this. We are talking about they refuse that abolition. And after the war, as a result of what took place in the war, they decided to cause division. That's why they came up with divide and rule, southeast, south. Today I was just discussing with somebody, a Yoruba man claiming that Bini is a Yoruba. A Bini man told him that they are not Yorubas. And he kept on talking. I said, can you go back to the history? Who are the people that dominate that place before? Many people don't know that Lagos is not an English word. Yes, Lagos is not an English word. It's a Portuguese language because it was the Portuguese that named it Lagos in their own dialect. This Lagos you are hearing. It was the Portuguese that colonized Nigeria before the British. And it was the Portuguese. I don't know if there is a place called Ahidum. When I asked the man, do you know a place called Idum in Benin? Ask the meaning of Idum. Who are the people that are there? That we are there before the British came. The people that was living there are the Igbos. They are the kingdom, Idum kingdom. Idum means multitude. Then when the Portuguese now came, take over the place, there was a conflict of war between the Biafrans and the Portuguese. And then the Portuguese was using den gun against the Igbos, while Igbos are just using an arrow. So when the fight, the conflict become too much that the Igbos could not withstand the Portuguese. So the surviving ones have to run out of Idum. They have to left Idum and move down to Onitsha. Today that you are hearing Onitsha, they are the Idum people. And that's why they name it Ara Idum. It still remains an Idum in Benin today. Have you ever asked? So my brother, when they saw all these things, they decided with the strength Ojukwu, put, portray, show, imagine the world like Egypt, UK, Russia. Remember, at that time, Russia were the USSR. They are number one in the world. Canada, and what have you? Many nations joined forces together to fight Biafrans during the Biafran War. And it lasted for complete 3 years. Easy. With the strength, that strength, and Ojukwu conquered up to Ore that you are hearing today. All the way from Enugu, because then Enugu was a province, and that is the capital of the Biafra. As at that time, that is where Ojukwu was the governor of the eastern region. All the way from Enugu down to Ore. What they remain again? You want to enter Lagos to conquer Goa. And once you conquer capital, you have conquered. That was when these people now rose against Biafra. So, and after that, they now say, because of this, let's divide these people. Let's split them. And that is why today, a banker will come, he will tell you, say, I know be Igbo. Wari go come, he go say, I know be Igbo. Even this place I mentioned, Ibinina will tell you, say, I'm not Igbo. Ikwerego, I'm not Igbo. This one will come, I'm not Igbo. I am south to south. I am south to east. I am this, I am that. Where were you before the creation? Where were you before the division? But why is it that this division, southeast and south-south, why is it that they are not playing in the west? There's nothing like southwest and southeast in the west. In the north, nothing like south-south and south-north. But all these things is only playing in the axis of the east. Because why? They know that if we remain together, we will achieve the goal. See how they start their confusion. in order to scatter, to split the two brothers. And that same thing now entered, they grew to the point, even as it is now. Imagine Okonkwo now ranting, talking rubbish against his own fellow. Imagine the other one saying name now daily, going against it. Imagine Hope Uzodinma, bringing Fulani to unalive his own people. Imagine Peter Mba having an evidence against his own. All these things, they started creating differences, enmities, imparting some greedy, spirit and mindset in the heart of brothers, causing division so that we will not be able to stand and win the war. But glory be to God that today, with the help of God Almighty, raising somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, who came at the right time, I believe, to do what? Able to manage, able to relate, able to communicate, able to concur, able to pass a message, a meaningful and a relative message to the ears of many Biafrans that led both Igbanko today claiming yes of a truth. We have accepted that we are from Igbo, saying that Ikwere people now, Ikweteze now agreed that of a, yes, actually we have traced our roots, our origin, we are from Igbo. Do you know that during the war, Onisha people did not join the war? They are calling us Nwoni Igbo. Onisha people, they are calling us Nwoni Igbo. The Onisha, even during that, they did not support. They say it's not there. Even they are calling us Onisha. Go, Onisha people, go. For you to see how these people has polluted, how they have caused confusion in the midst of the brothers, just for them to do what? To destabilize this vision. But glory be to God, that God still remains faithful, that He has made it possible that one day we shall stand. And God uses Kanu to unite us gradually now, as you can see what is playing today, not to compare as at that time or after the war. If you watch it globally now, the people who believe that Biafra is a curse are now accepting Biafra as what? As a blessing. Because they have watched us, all ramifications, see it that these people that the British condemned, they were scared. Within the space of 3 months during the war, Ogbunigwe, mass destruction was produced. It's scary. So they now use that as a strategy to convince the world that these people, if you allow them, they will rule the world. And the kings doesn't always be happy to see a junior to come and overthrow them. And that was what make King Herod commit atrocity, which he committed during the days of our Lord Jesus Christ, when he sent soldiers to go and kill children at the rate of a day old down to 4 years, where he was hunting to kill Jesus Christ. You understand? So that was what the British presented before the war. And today, that's why everybody is running away from, involving and engaging himself in Biafra. But today, God have made it that the way they said it and the way they presented it was not actually the way it looked like. So the world is seeing the truth. And that is why it has become a global phenomenon, matter that the people that matters has to look into it, including Russia, even as we speak.
God save Biafran evangelist, as usual, you've done super analysis to it. So what you should simply try, what you told us now is that this division of the Igbos have started from the onset, that it was all orchestrated and planned by the British government.
Yes, and
So
Nigerian government.
And Nigerian government, that is what is still happening currently.
Yes.
Now, it is said that something cannot be hot and cold at the same time. Now, they have tagged the Igbos not to be worthy to be in Nigeria, that the Igbos are full of themselves. Now, the Igbos have come out to say that they should let them go. They still do not want to allow them go. And now their brothers are still fighting against themselves. The British government now coming out currently to speak for Nnamdi Kanu. Biafran evangelist, what do you think exactly could that would put an end to this misery of the way they're treating the Igbos?
The only solution to this is give Nnamdi Kanu his mandate. And that his mandate is not that mandate than Biafra. So that the Igbos will go and manage and serve their God. Just like as it was in the Bible. let my people go. Let them go and serve me. And let's assume in Egypt too, that Israel still remain in Egypt. Israel wouldn't have been where they are today. And even that Israel did not stand up to defend it, Israel wouldn't have been where they are today. Take a look, 1948, thereabouts, 47, 48, during the Second World War, after the Second World War. Take a look till today making it 70 some 80 years, if I'm not mistaken, 78 years. Then I want you to take a look the level of Israel today and the level of many countries today who are older than Israel. I want you to check, put them in a scale, weigh them, and balance them. You will agree. Do you know what funnies me? That even during the war, then, as at that time, Israel is not up to 1,000, up to 500. They are just 200 in population, ordinary 200. They fought how many people? Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Libya, and many Arab nations, and they conquer. That is to tell you, these people, God is with them. And if they themselves did not stand up, they wouldn't have achieved where they are today. So Biafra has to go. They need to give Nnamdi Kanu his mandate so that we go in our own axis. We are the problem of Nigeria. Abi, and your problem want to leave you. Why is it that you don't want to leave your problem? So let us go. We want to go so that you have your peace. Kanu is a terrorist, terrorizing. Even while in the prison, he still remains a terrorist. Simon Ekman a terrorist, even while in the prison. Come on. We are the terrorists, as they say. So we want to carry our terrorism, go Biafra, make them go. Yet they refuse to let us go. That means we are not terrorists. Yes, we are not. And that is what he's telling now. So they have to give Mazinan his mandate and for him to go. And once we go, then my brother, let us, by the time we leave Nigeria, I say 10 to 20 years, watch out to Biafra land. You know that it is good to have freedom. Yes, it's good to have freedom because the development will now be coming in our own axis. Because that development is what Nigeria is denying us. Take a look at what Nigerian military did in Izago, in Enugu State. The people's private homes, properties, destroyed, set ablaze, pulled down by Nigerian military. But I've never seen Nigerian military go to Yoruba land to do that. I've never seen them go to North upon all the generals of Nigerian army that Fulanis have been killing. I've never seen them both in Borno, in Katsina, in Kebbi, or those of Sokoto, wherever, Kaduna. I've never seen them go there to pull down houses, set out people's home ablaze. But just because of that hatred. So with all this, which Ejimako, as I speak to you, now I've seen Nigerian military because of that Ezago massacre and that Ezago demolition and certain people's private homes ablaze. Not only take a look what happened in the same thing happened in Imo State. Go and check Osumeni, go and see the way Opus of them and Nigerian government, what they did in Imo State. A lot of atrocities. Some people, so the one that happened on very unfaithful day, that should be last year in Ebonyi State, on Sunday like this. So all these things, please. So we need to leave Nigeria. We need to go. Let Nigeria go their way. Let Biafra go their way. So that we need to, start fixing up our losses, fixing up one or two things for ourselves, making our place a place to be. I said, and I'm repeating it again. Biafra is going to be the eye-opener of the African continent. And it's going to be the only country that Donald Trump will line up in airport seeking for their visa. Because we are that rising sun that must shine. We are unstoppable. Thank you.
Well said, Reverend Evangelist, a message of hope to your brothers and sisters around the world.
Unu ka na-ejeje na-abata n'eke na orie na bụ na nkwọ ọ ga-agaziri n'aha Jizọs. Ana o nwere nchọrọ unu atụ na-egwu gị ka m nọnyere ele n'anya gburugburu n'ụjọ n'ihi na m onwe m bụ Chineke gị ihu m ga-agba gị ume m ga-enyere gị aka m ga-agọzikwa gị onye oh my God ọ ga-adịrị unu na mma. O nwere ihe ga-eme Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ihe niile Naijiria na-eme bụ ka e were mara ma ọ ga-atụ ụjọ ọnwụ kwete n'ihe a chọrọ na ọ gafegoro dike ka ọ bụ dimkpa ka ọ bụ odogwu karịrị odogwu. Ọ karịrị Naijiria. Ihe Naijiria na-eme jọsụ tọọ tọọ tọọ, ha mechakwa ha ejezu nke ebe ọ bụla unu nọ. Unu na-etinye ya n'ekpere, na-etinye Simon Ekpa n'ekpere, Ngozi Orabezo. Anyị ncha ma ndị na-ekwu okwu ma ndị nọkwa n'ụlọ na-eme gịnị na-echekwa anyị, na-eme ihe anyị ji wee na-echekwebe anyị na-abatakwa ka dịkwa ndụ, na-etinyekwa ha n'ekpere. BLA, BDF, and all those never that are doing all this human job, putting their life at risk. Pray for them. Chineke ga-enyere onye ọbụla aka n'aha Jizọs.